Hello everyone and welcome back to this new video. So today we are going to talk about a very important topic, how therapists can save 5 hours a week with simple systems. So this video will talk about boundaries and how to prevent from burnout. So if you feel like you never have enough time, if you finish your clinical day exhausted and your business, your practice always gets the leftover energy, well, you are not alone. Most therapists don't need more motivation, but they need less chaos and more structure in their professional life. Because the truth is this, therapists don't lose time in big moments, they lose time in tiny and invisible moments. So looking for passwords, rewriting the same emails, planning content from scratch, repeating the same explanation to clients, jumping between tasks with no structure and systems, and doing admin at random hours. So each moment seems small, but together they easily cost a few hours, from 3 to 5 hours a week, and even more sometimes. So the solution is not to work harder, of course. It's to create simple systems that will remove decision fatigue, that will make your life easier, reduce randomness, and make your business, your practice run smoothly even on your busiest weeks. So in this video, I will show you why SOPs are a game changer, how to batch like a calm CEO, and 3 microsystems that save therapists hours every single week. So let's go. So why therapists lose time? So before we talk about systems, SOP, and structure, we need to understand why therapists lose so much time without even noticing it. So most therapists think the problem is, oh yeah, I just need to be more organized, or I just need a better structure and I am not good at it. But that's not true. The problem is that therapists lose time for 3 main and predictable reasons, so none of which are personality flaws. So the first one is decision fatigue. So every day you make hundreds of micro decisions. Should I answer this email now or later? What should I post this week? Where did I save that document? Should I write notes now or tonight? So etc. etc. There are many examples. So your brain gets tired, of course, and when it's tired, yeah, it slows down, avoid tasks, or jump between random actions. So a simple SOP really removes 90% of those decisions. The second factor is task switching. So you go from clients to notes to emails to scheduling to content to admin and back to clients, and you and you jump from a topic to another, from an action to another, and all of this will lead to chaos, obviously. So each switch costs between 3 and 15 minutes to regain focus. So you don't feel it, but at the end of the week, well, you accumulated many hours. The third factor is the lack of standardization. So therapists often reinvent the wheel constantly. Every mail is new, every content ID is new, every onboarding process is different, every admin routine is improvised without any system structure. And when nothing is standardized, well, everything takes twice as long. So systems don't make you rigid. They make sure your creativity has structure. Systems will how to say that, will make able for you to do things in a very structured way, so that you don't need to think about this, about that, how to do this, how to do that, when I have to do this, when I have to do that. Everything is written, everything is systemized, so that you know what to do at that time, what to do on this day, and how you should do it, etc., etc. So it's really important. So why simple SOPs change everything? So now let's talk about SOPs. So not the corporate kind, of course, and not the 14-page manual nobody will read, obviously. So I am talking about tiny one-page systems that make your business easier every single week. So most therapists and coaches think that SOPs are complicated, very annoying, very long, and difficult to make. But an SOP is simply this: a small checklist that prevents you from thinking about the same task ever again. That's it. No jargon, no complexity, but just clarity. With a good SOP, if you give the SOP, the system, to another person, the other person should produce the same results as you when a SOP is really well done. So why SOPs work so well for you, for therapists? So therapists already work with high cognitive load. So emotional holding, decision making, attunement, clinical thinking. So your brain is obviously full of many things. And so every unnecessary decision outside client hours becomes really heavy. So when you create a simple SOP, your brain gets to relax because the structure is already built. No guessing, no improvising, no writing, and no mental load. So just follow these steps and it's done. So the biggest benefit most people never talk about. So SOP protect your energy and your mental health and not just your time. So when you reduce decision fatigue, you show up more grounded, both in sessions and in your business, your practice as well. So instead of feeling scattered, you feel stable. Instead of feeling behind, you feel ahead. And instead of reacting, you are just executing things calmly. So real examples are powerful one-page SOPs. So how you handle new client inquiries, your weekly content workflow, your note-taking routine, your admin and planning ritual, your cancellation process, your billing and receipts routine. So once these are standardized, are systemized, you instantly free up 1 to 3 hours, even more weekly, without changing your schedule. And that's really quite powerful. So now let's talk about the batching habit that saves 2 to 5 hours a week. So if you take only one habit from this video, take this one really. So most therapists try to work whenever they have time, but this creates fragmentation, tiny pockets of work spread across the entire week, and fragmentation kills productivity. So the solution is batching. So batching means you group similar tasks together and you do them in one focused block instead of spreading them everywhere. So it works because your brain doesn't have to constantly switch gears. You stay in one mental mode, one energy state, one cognitive context, and you take advantage of that one energy state to do many little things, but in one let's say in one time. So that alone can save 2 to 5 hours a week. So the three batching rules that work for therapists and coaches as well. So rule one is batch by energy type and not by task. So most people batch by task and by topic in general, but therapists should really batch by energy. For example, creativity energy, well, it will be used for content creation. Admin energy will be used for emails, billing, forms. Planning energy will be used for weekly review and scheduling, and cognitive clarity will be used to write for writing notes. So when you match the task to the energy, everything will feel easier when you will do all these tasks. So rule two is keep batching blocks short, between 45 and 60 minutes. So therapists don't need few hours block of course. A single focused hour is really enough to generate 2 to 3 pieces of content, a full week of admin, a clean inbox, your notes down, and your weekly plan ready. So small blocks are really easier to protect even during busy clinical weeks because with block shorts, well, it's already easier for your brain to focus because it's easier to focus on 1 hour than on few hours. And You could ask yourself, but how to do many things during 1 hour? Well, by systems. So it's really the topic of this video. With when you will have systems and when you will have SOP, when everything will be standardized, you won't need to think about how to do this, how to do that. Therefore, you will do many things in one single period. So that's what I call batching. So rule 3, protect one CEO hour per week. So this is really also the habit that separates overwhelmed therapists from grounded therapists. So 1 hour, same day, same time, every week. So again, very systemized and organized. So during your CEO hour, as I call it, you ask what worked, what didn't, what needs to be simplified, what can I automate or template or systemized again, and what is the one priority of this week. So it's really the hour that keeps your business, your practice stable. So no CEO hour, well, it will mean to chaos. While when you have consistent CEO hour, then you have a calm growth because you will always reflect on what to do, what to improve. So it's really quite powerful. And just 1 hour each week, the same day, the same time, at the same hour, it's really quite powerful because you will train yourself to get the habit. So a habit is always difficult in the beginning, but the more you do it, the more you will save it in your brain, and it will be easier to do it. And just 1 hour, and well, it's another topic. But if you want to get a habit and to be consistent, you need to make the habit short, even 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then you increase the time or the difficulty. But you always need to do it in a short way and easy way, and then you increase really in a progressive way. So now let's talk about the 3 microsystems that save 5 hours a week. So obviously you don't need thousands, dozens or hundreds of systems, but you don't need also to automate all your life. You don't need fancy software. But if you install just 3 microsystems like those I will show you, you will immediately save time, reduce pressure, and feel more in control of your week. So let's go through them. So microsystem 1 is the new client flow SOP. So this single SOP really will remove 80% of the mental load around onboarding. So it includes how clients contact you, exact email template, clarity on next steps, each step. How you reply, pre-filled reply, you copy paste in 3 seconds, and then you fill in based on the names, etc., etc. So the third one is how they book the first session. One link, one decision. How you confirm, auto message or a standard confirmation script, and what they receive before session 1, intake form, address, price reminders, cancellation policy, etc. It depends on what you do before the first session. So no improvisation, no emotional pressure, no back and forth, and this alone will save 30-40 minutes per new client. So microsystem 2, the weekly content sprint. So most therapists waste time trying to be consistent on social media, and that's really a big one. So this microsystem makes it simple. You choose one topic, you brainstorm 5 sub-points, you turn them into 3 pieces of content, and you schedule everything in 20-30 minutes. So one topic will lead to less decision fatigue, one sprint will lead to less pressure, and one workflow will lead to consistency without burning out as well. So this really removes the what do I post stress completely, because you have this system, you know how to choose it, you know how to produce content, you choose one topic, you think about 5 sub-points, and you turn them into 3 pieces of content, and you schedule everything in 10-20 minutes. And obviously, if you want ideas, you can scroll on Google, you can go on forums, on websites like Reddit, Quora, on Facebook groups. There are many Facebook groups about therapists, about psychology, about many topics. And if you know how to use AI, yes, like OpenAI or Gemini, whatever, you can also use it to generate ideas, and then you can produce a lot of content. So that's quite also powerful. So microsystem number 3, the admin power hour template. So admin becomes stressful when it bleeds into every day. So instead, you will standardize it. Clear inbox, update per month, write or finalize notes, organize files, review cancellations and reschedules, check next week's schedule, quick weekly planning. So with a fixed checklist, well, this will take 30 to 60 minutes and not the usual scattered 2-3 hours spread everywhere, because we will have everything concentrated really in one box. So that's really again the power of having something systemized. So together, these three microsystems already save therapists around 5 hours per week with zero rigidity. Obviously, you can modify them. There are many different systems. Those are just little tree systems, but it's really to make you understand that when you have systems and SOP, and when you have everything structured in a certain way, well, you will save a lot of time, and it will prevent you from burning out, or from using personal hours for your professional life. So they will obviously reduce overwhelm, create clarity, and allow you to focus on what really matters: your clients, your well-being, and your growth as well. So if there is one thing that I want you to remember from this video, it is this: your business, your practice doesn't need more effort. It just needs fewer moving parts. So you don't have to become a productivity guru, of course. You don't need more discipline, or you don't need a tighter schedule. You just need simple and repeatable systems that protect your time, your energy, and your well-being. Because when your business, your practice runs smoothly, you feel lighter, you stay consistent, you grow without burning out, and you finally save time for yourself, for your clients, and for your life. So if this resonates with you, and that you want more support, more structure, and more calm in your business, your practice, well, you can obviously join the Therapist Café. It's a free community group on the school platform. It's a platform that I made for therapists and coaches who want to grow ethically and without overwhelm. Inside, you will find resources, you will meet other therapists, and we will make every month a live call where we can talk together. So that's quite nice. So you don't have to build your practice alone, and that's really important. And you don't have to choose between helping people and having a peaceful life. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next week for the next video. Bye bye.